Hello everyone! Today I wanted to talk to you about other inventions and innovations in the world of cooking. You will see that the word cuisine is certainly not well chosen, and everyone will have their opinion on that. You remember that invention is a discovery, while innovation is the creation of value. You can therefore invent without innovating. What is important today is to show you the different types of innovation at the business level, and above all, strategic innovation. This is the goal of this channel, to show you that we can do seemingly similar things, but ultimately with a completely different strategic innovation process, leading to different final results. I hope this video will interest you. Around 1916, Walter Anderson, a cook, opened its third dinner. Mr. Anderson was born around 1880 and was initially a sandwich seller. He sold sandwiches on the street and had the idea of taking a truck and selling his sandwiches from a truck that stayed parked on a street corner. Willing to open more location, he partnered with Billy Ingram in 1921, who was in the world of insurance and real estate. Together, with $700 and an idea, Anderson and Ingram created the White Castle chain, initially selling sandwiches, then burgers. In a period where Americans were hesitant to eat ground beef, the White Castle system was invented to reproduce the same quality and identical food everywhere, ensuring superior sanitary practice. White Castle is the first fast food chain in the world. More than that, the people at White Castle were extremely innovative, but before being innovative, they were inventive. White Castle was the first to have a logo, corporate branding, and strong visual identity. Their fast food buildings in the United States were small castles, and they did everything themselves, even making paper hats for the cooks and sellers. This is what is called vertical integration. Vertical integration is a business strategy in which a company takes ownership of two or more key stages of its supply chain. It makes companies less dependent on their suppliers or distributors. It allows them to maintain tighter quality control and a better flow of information across the supply chain. For example, when Netflix produces its own content, they apply vertical integration. They created a factory for making these hats, and this company still exists today, selling millions of paper restaurant accessories. Again, in 1934, they created another subsidiary that made enameled porcelain furniture and accessories, like tables with logos, for use outside. The Porcelain Steel Buildings, PSB Corporation, manufactured portable restaurant buildings of porcelain steel that could be moved from location to location for standardization. White Castle really managed the entire restaurant chain process. The only thing they didn't do was raise cows for the burgers. They even invented the buns, the bun used for their burgers. In 1933, Anderson sold his shares to Ingram, who became the sole owner of White Castle. While White Castle remains an American company, especially concentrated in the eastern United States, it never pursued international expansion. The Ingram family still owns all the restaurants, choosing not to franchise, unlike other fast food chains. What's interesting about White Castle is that they were pioneers in the fast food industry, inventing the burger bun, creating production lines to ensure consistent quality across all their restaurants, and developing innovative strategies long before others followed. In the 1930s, the way people consumed food was different. People would drive their old cars like Buicks or Cadillacs to restaurants, where waiters or waitresses brought trays of food to their cars. However, there were inefficiencies with this model, as many menu items were rarely ordered, and managing inventory was challenging. The time to choose and being served was quite long. Two individuals, Richard and Maurice McDonald, noticed this inefficiency and decided to optimize the system. In 1938, near Los Angeles, they opened the first McDonald's restaurant. They reduced the menu to just 10 items and made customers get out of their cars to place orders at the counter, which was a big change. Despite the limited menu, it worked because it sped up service and reduced costs. The brothers opened around 10 restaurants in the Los Angeles area, and thus began the rise of McDonald's. McDonald's was originally focused on customer service and quality, much like White Castle. The McDonald brothers adopted many of White Castle's production line techniques, ensuring that the same quality of burgers was delivered at all their locations. McDonald's speedy service was born, and the mascot is still visible today. In the 1950s, a milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc heard about McDonald's. He was curious about why one restaurant would need multiple milkshake machines. When most only bought 1 or 2, the McDonald's brothers bought 10 and more. Intrigued, Kroc visited the McDonald's restaurant and saw how efficiently they operated. Impressed by the business model, Kroc convinced the McDonald brothers to let him expand their business. In 1961, Kroc bought out the McDonald brothers and began developing McDonald's restaurants across the United States through franchising, a model different from White Castle's. Kroc enhanced the business model by getting revenue from leasing the land to the franchises than from selling burgers. This was the beginning of McDonald's worldwide expansion, a strategy built on franchising, innovation, and operational efficiency, which helped make McDonald's one of the largest fast food chains globally. McDonald's and White Castle worked a lot on process and technology innovation to speed the delivery service with new processes and tools. But McDonald's applied business model innovation for its international expansion. McDonald's is now the largest landowner in the world.
Subscribe to our channel. We make you understand what is innovation management. Some video are in English and French, always subtitled. Have fun!